Hello guys, nice to meet you too again. My name is Brian Kistanto Ontario, and today I'm gonna do presentation about the job prospect in civil engineering. Let's check it out. First is an introduction. Civil engineering is one of all the majors or educational activity study program that study the method of designing, building, manufacturing, management, and repairing general construction such as building, skyscrapers, and house. Therefore, there are various typical jobs in civil engineering people usually relate with, such as design engineer, structural engineer, nuclear engineer, and many others. As a result, many people think that a civil engineering degree only prepares people to work in the construction industry. However, civil engineering graduates have a very broad prospects because they can work in the business, management, finance sector. The acknowledgement of jobs in the civil engineering will broaden the perception of studying in the civil engineering study program. Job in civil engineering now and then. Civil engineering has been an aspect of human life since the beginning of time. It is believed that the earliest examples of the discipline can be found between 4000 and 2000 BC in ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia, ancient Iraq. During this time, the development of transportation was also significantly developed. The beginning of civil engineering as a discipline can be seen in the French 17th and 16th, when the Bridge and Highway Corps established a school for the teachers. Its teachers wrote books on the mechanics of materials and machines, and British engineers learned French to read them. As the rule of thumb was replaced by the empirical formulas and the design and the calculation, non-military engineers moved to the front of the stage. Many skilled individuals such as James Bradley and John Rennie became prominent civil engineers. Then, why we must becoming civil engineering? Being a civil engineering has pros and cons. However, the fact is that the advantage of civil engineering outweigh the disadvantage. The following advantages, such as civil engineers are always in a demand. People will always need civil engineers because they will always need to build structures. Civil engineers are well paid. A civil engineer earns a good amount of money and can even start his or her own company. Civil engineers can work both indoors or outdoors, it depending on the engineer's specialization. Despite a lot of advantages, civil engineering career has a few disadvantages as well. Some of disadvantages of civil engineering career are civil engineers have a lot of responsibilities. Therefore, it is important for a civil engineer to have a good time management and prioritization skills. Then, it is important for civil engineering to minimize mistakes, because the small mistakes can be the crucial. And then the last, civil engineers frequently work outdoors in hard conditions. This job may not be suitable for those who prefer to work in a cozy room. Hard skill versus soft skills. Hard skills are technical knowledge or training that you acquire through all life experience, including in your career or studies. Every job requires these skills, especially civil engineering. Hard skills in civil engineering are mathematics, physics, map reading, blueprint review, design engineering, computer-aided design or CAD software. And then the next is a soft skill. Soft skills are the personal behaviors and traits that make you work on your own and with others. Meanwhile, hard skills are used to successfully perform technical tasks in a job. And then the soft skills are needed to create a positive and functional work environment. These are some of the soft skills required in civil engineering. The first is a problem solving, and then communication, negotiation and leadership skills, excellent communication and teamwork skills, critical thinking, and then the last is a project management. Uncommon and common jobs in a civil engineering. To do all jobs thoroughly, one should understand the job descriptions and specifications from each job. By knowing them, we can more easily choose a job that interests us. Common jobs are a job that we usually encounter often. These are some of the following common jobs. The first is a design engineer. Design engineers focus on the design process in a variety of engineering disciplines. And then is the structural engineer. Structural engineering is a specialty within the field of civil engineering that is focused on the framework of structures and on designing those structures. And then the next is construction engineering. Construction engineers are responsible for overseeing and managing a large-scale complex construction project. And then site engineer. Site engineering may be a technical role that involves surveying and preparing levels of a site to enable accurate production of the building designs. And then the last is a businessman. When you graduate in civil engineering, you will also become a businessman. You will be able to open your own business like a construction contractor, building material industry. An uncommon job is a unique and different job like usual. This job rarely appears because it is not all regions or countries have them. Unlike a common job, an uncommon job are less well known, but these jobs are very much needed. These are some examples of uncommon jobs. The first is a nuclear engineer. These engineers study the effect of radiation on various parts of the human body. They may also perform safety procedures related to nuclear power plants. And then construction estimator. A construction estimator's job is to review all relevant information about each construction project and decide how much to estimate to meet the client's needs. And then the skate park engineer. Along with the times, there are more types of civil engineering jobs. One of them is a skate park engineer. A skate park engineer is the job when the engineering design and build skate park. And then remote sensing or photogrammetry or geoinformatics. Remote sensing, photogrammetry are different technologies, but have their strings attached to the field of surveying. And then the last is a data management or design application or BAM professionals. Large infrastructures projects typically require employees with special skills to handle large amount of data. As the number of companies operating in this field, the need for high-end software is steadily increasing. That's why this job is very needed. Then methodology. In gathering the data, the study used a document review method. Documentation involves various articles from various sources. The data gathered were then analyzed and interpreted. Finally, the data were organized and presented in a meaningful order to provide information on future careers for civil engineering graduates. Future job outlook. The employment of civil engineers is projected to grow 8% from 2020 to 2030, about as fast as the average for all occupations. The average for the last 10 years is projected to be about 25,000 civil engineering jobs each year. A growing population means that the new water supply systems are required, while at the same time, aging existing water supply systems must be maintained to reduce or eliminate leaks. Civil engineers will continue to play an important role in all of this work. The work of civil engineers is also needed for renewable energy projects. Thus, as these new projects gain approval, civil engineers will be further involved in overseeing the constructions of structures such as wind farms and solar arrays. And then the conclusion. The future of civil engineering graduates looks very bright. Why? Because we know civil engineering graduates have a lot of jobs prospects such as a design engineer, construction engineering, nuclear engineer, businessman, and a lot of more. And yeah, this is the reference I used to make this PPT. And yeah guys, I think that's all for my presentation today about the job prospect in civil engineering. I hope you enjoy my presentation as much as I do, and I'm so thankful for your attention, and I'm sorry if I still have a mispronounce. And yeah, I think that's all, and see you in the next video, guys. Bye bye.